Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome to another episode of M's Tech Blog, and I'm your host Emily, and today I have a lot of stuff that I wanted to present to myself as a pre-Christmas gift, and I would like to share these things with you. So if you guys are aware of Hobbyking.com website, it's a really popular website which deals with things related to hobby equipment and hobby grade items. And I came across a Cyber Monday sale on the Hobbyking website, and I wanted to buy myself some RC devices for a while, and finally I could buy them. And on my table I have a lot of stuff that I received from the Hobbyking, and I would just give a quick overview of all the things that I have and all the things that I have on my table, and yeah, we'll do a quick unboxing of all the items, and then we will do a detailed review of some of the components that you will see on my table today. So let's just begin. Okay, and to start with, I have some epoxy glue. So these are two components glue that you use for different hobby projects, I would say. So epoxy is something that is quite often used with electronic, for filling up electronic devices and making them waterproof, and sometimes also used to fix models, the RC models that people build, or also other kind of models as a filling element. So these are two component elements where you mix a portion of both, so that once you mix them they become hard and they set on a set within certain time. So these are the resins, not interesting, we will put aside. And then I have some Teflon coated wire, not interested, put aside. Okay, what's more interesting are these tiny this tiny flight controller board. So if I could get to focus that, let me get it focused, and yeah, so as you can see, it's a Skyline 32 mini flight controller, and it's a really small it's a flight controller with a really small footprint, and it's based on a 32-bit microcontroller, and it's from STM, and it also has an onboard gyro and an accelerometer to get the position information, and it has all the connecting cables to connect to your receiver, and also the other components of the flight controller. So we will be doing a detailed review of this item later. I have a quadcopter project coming in line. And what else do we have? We have here another, this is a receiver, a Turnigy receiver. It's supposed to be a 6-channel receiver, if you can see that. And I can open it to show you what it really is. So this is a really tiny receiver. Focus, yes. So this is a really tiny 6-channel receiver from Turnigy. You have the antennas, and you have really small micro connectors here, and all the cables necessary to connect your receiver with your RC model. It's available and included in the package. And yes, so this will be a part of my receiver for one of the quadcopter projects that I will be building. So this will be the receiver, and the other flight controller board that you see will be the one of the flight controller boards. And I have another flight controller board here with me today, and this is the Illuminati 32. So let's take a quick look at the box inside. My camera tries to get out of zoom really soon. Okay, so Illuminati 32. So this is also supposed to be a 32-bit flight controller board based on STM, but it's a bigger footprint compared to the Skyline 32 mini flight controller that I showed you. And it also comes in a nice little case. So what do we have? We have in the box a tiny receiver, and as you can see, you have some switches which will be used for setting the configuration in the configuration of the flight controller board. I have to look it up exactly which configuration it's at present set and which configuration I have to change to. And then you have all your inputs here. It also has an on-screen capability of transmitting and receiving on-screen display data, which will be the telemetry data, of course. And then you have the 8-channel input, and you also have the I2C bus here available for connecting it to other external sensors. And this is also quite a small footprint compared to the other flight controllers. Quite interesting. And all the cables that are required for pairing this controller, making this controller part of your projects, are included in the package. And yes, so it's quite easy to start with it. So let's also put it aside and do a detailed review later when we do the quadcopter project. And what do I have? I have a couple of servo motors. These are digital servos, which are 1.5 with 1.5 or 1.5 kilogram torque. And I have the receiver and other flight transmitters, and I have some XT60 connectors, male and female version here, a couple of them, and I also have a cable which looks like a connection for the XT female version with some banana plugs for connecting it to power supply. Why do I need this? Well, I have also a 200 watt smart charger. This is the UP610 from Turnigy, and as you can see, this is a completely digital charger, a smart charger, which is also capable of discharging your batteries and also charging different kinds of batteries. So you can charge lithium batteries, you can charge nickel metal hydride, and also lead batteries. So you can charge quite a variety of batteries, and I'm having problem trying to get this out of the box. Well, so looks like the device doesn't want to get out of the box. So let me try something else. I use my ruler to get it out of the box. Still can't. Looks like I can't get it out without damaging the device itself. Ah, there it is. So finally out of its protective box. And to take a nice look at it, my camera is having problems trying to... Yeah, there you go. So you have the Turnigy 200 watt smart charger. So there's a really beefy cooler at the bottom. So I believe this is for the discharging functionality, or also during charging functionality when it gets really hot. And the inputs and the outputs are available here. So you have the possibility to connect lithium batteries from 2 to 6 cells. And then you have the battery output, and then you also have the battery voltage input on the other side, and you also have a PC connection.